Welcome to Screw the Commute, the entrepreneurial podcast dedicated to getting you out of the car and into the money. With your host, lifelong entrepreneur and multimillionaire, Tom Antion.
Hey everybody, it's Tom here with episode 456 of Screw the Commute podcast. I'm here with Hovey Smith, and I'll tell you what, this guy does all kinds of cool stuff. And he's also going to tell you how to make your own job. How perfect is that for Screw the Commute? So we'll have him on in a minute. Then I want to alert you to an upcoming episode. Next episode is 457. That's email marketing part 2. So 454 was email marketing part 1 last Monday. So you want to check that out because that's where the money is for all us online guys. All this social media is just designed to get them the heck off of there onto an email list. All right, how'd you like me to send you big checks? Well, my affiliate program has been in full force for many, many, many years. You can get commissions on small products as little as $8.50, but hell, sell 100 of them and you got $850 from me. Or one speaking engagement can get you a $5,000 commission. So anything in between. So email me at tom@screwthecommute.com if you'd like more details on that. And grab a copy of our automation ebook. It's at screwthecommute.com/automate free. And this is where you can get a book that we sell for $27, but it's yours free for listening to the show. But it has saved me millions of keystrokes and allows me to get my work done way faster and to ethically steal customers off of people that are too slow to get back to prospects and all of that. So grab that at screwthecommute.com/automate free, and then grab a copy of our podcast app to put on your cell phone and tablet at screwthecommute.com/app, APP. All right, I usually tell you about my school now, but I want to tell you about something way bigger than my school and what my school is doing. You know, for years I've preached that people with mobility problems, you know, have a heck of a time. Just something that takes us 10 minutes to do, to travel somewhere, takes them a couple hours sometimes. So I said, you know, my school is perfect for people with disabilities where they can not only study from home, they can legitimately be hired from home. And every business on earth needs these skills. These are internet marketing skills that I've been living since the internet started, commercial internet started in 1994. So I want to get these people hired. We're doing 5 people to put them through the program, and I'm hiring 2 folks with disabilities to help run the program. And we're doing a big GoFundMe campaign to finance the whole deal. But I'm going to change these people's lives for the better, and hopefully you can give me some help on that. So check the website out at imtcva.org. It'll be in the show notes /disabilities. And anything you can contribute or share of the GoFundMe campaign will really be appreciated. All right, let's bring on the main event. Today's guest is author and outdoorsman William Hovey Smith. Now, Hovey's most recent business book is Make Your Own Job Anytime and Anywhere at Any Age. And he advocates conceive your own job, have fun, make money, and experience the most exciting life you can imagine, which is perfect for Screw the Commute. So, Hovey, you ready to screw the commute?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I am. Let's have at it.
Yeah, boy, I just love you and the things you've done. It just reminds me of me, but some of the things I tell you, whoa, I think you're going to think how pitiful I am. And one of them has to do with I bought a muzzle loading gun. I couldn't tell you what brand it is. Some guy got it for Christmas and didn't want it. I got it fairly cheap. It's very nice, and I bought all the stuff, and then I've never shot it yet. So I don't even know how to load it. So tell everybody about what you're doing now. Then we want to take you back because you got a colorful life that we want to hear about.
Yeah. Well, first off, to the point of the meeting, that is helping you folks create your own jobs. A lot of people decide, well, I want to do something else, but trying to figure out what that something else is the real trick of the whole business. So what I outline in my book is a way you list a whole series of topics, things you might have done in the past, okay, something you have seen somebody else do and said, I could do that, or something you haven't perhaps even conceived of yet. It's not in your ken. But as you develop and think about these things, you write them down, you take a list, and then you check them off and say, yeah, I could do this one right now. I need to make next month's rent. I'm going to have to pay rent next month. I need some cash. So, okay, you go on eBay, you sell something you've already got. That's easy and simple. But the job making part of it is you set yourself up as an eBay seller for your whole apartment complex or your whole neighborhood or your whole city. So you become the person to go to if anybody else has something they want to sell on eBay. You handle that for them. That way you make a one-time sale into a business opportunity. Then maybe you say, well, I always wanted to do X, but I need to have state certification to do it. I need to take some courses online or whatever, get some practical experience, go through an apprenticeship, pass the state exams. Okay, that takes a little longer. So you plan on doing that later in life. And finally, at the very end of life, well, you plan something that you can make a little money at. That's really just plain fun to do. And you go after. And we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, so all of those are great ideas for money fast, and it's not hocus pocus either. It's all stuff that's right there in front of your face, especially that eBay thing. So you have made a living doing a whole bunch of fun stuff. I mean, you write for a lot of magazines and you write your own books doing the stuff you love, right?
Well, yes, sir. I've been writing and selling materials to outdoor magazines since the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And since then have done podcast radio. I've written some 20 odd books, and I'm starting on my first novel, screenplay, and movie project, and I'm well into that at the moment.
Now, where do you live?
I live in rural central Georgia.
Georgia.
So I'm well away in the middle of nothing.
Yeah. Do you have this? I know you're into hunting, and that's another thing that you'll think how pitiful I am. I think I'm closer than the deer killing me than me killing a deer. Although I got a freezer full of deer meat that my buddy felt sorry for me and had me process it and take it. So do you have your own land to hunt on, or do you just go all over the place and hunt?
Well, the answer to that is both. All I have to do to hunt is just walk out my back door. But this is something I've been planning on really for decades. I was fortunate early in high school. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do either archaeology or geology. And at the time, there was no market for archaeologists except in state museums and such places. So I chose geology. And after I pulled my military career, which all able-bodied men had to do during that era, mm-hmm. I got my degrees in geology and then did exploration geology all over the world.
Wow. Have you written about that?
Well, I have one book on the geology of Bartow County. I haven't done much on exploration geology per se, although I did incorporate considerable geologic content in my new novel, which is based on part in Sicily, which is one of the most geologically exciting places on Earth. Not too good for the people who live there, but from a geological point of view, very exciting indeed.
I happened to see, I get this email from the Good News Network, so no bad news on this place. And this guy had all his life wanted to dig up a diamond that he would use for an engagement ring for his wife. And apparently there's a place, I think in Arkansas or somewhere, where there's a 37-acre diamond bed, and they find a couple diamonds a day. You have to pay to get in. And he found a 2.2 carat diamond for his is that considered geology, that kind of stuff?
Wow. Yeah, that certainly is. I've been to that pit in Murfreesboro, Arkansas.
Oh, is that where it is?
And I wasn't that lucky. In Murfreesboro. It's the only diamond mine in the continental U.S. Now, there are also some diamond mines in northern Canada, Canada. These are only very recent discoveries indeed, within the past decades or so. But yeah, you can go and scratch around in the mud in Murfreesboro and you can pick up a real, genuine diamond.
Wow.
But 2+ carats, yeah, that's a big one for Murfreesboro.
Yeah. And so anything in particular that you discovered in your going around the world doing geology?
Well, nothing really spectacularly. I was in metallic mineral deposits, copper, lead, zinc, gold, and silver, tungsten, uranium, lead, etc. Nothing so really exciting. Yeah, I did tromp over some huge undeveloped mineral deposits in Alaska and elsewhere and help with those. And we did make some major discoveries, but mines are things that oftentimes take a decade to develop. These are not small endeavors these days, and they require a lot of exploration and a lot of developmental work.
Well, now another topic, and this is what I love because you've done so many different things. The one that's a bug, this question's been bugging me forever, and I think you're going to help me out here. Bow fishing. You've written a book about it.
Yes, sir.
You do it. But what I'm wondering about is when you're looking through the water, isn't there some kind of refraction that means you got to aim someplace to be able to hit the fish because it's not where it looks like it is?
Well, that's exactly right. You have to aim actually below the fish.
Below the fish. All right.
But that comes below the fish. But that comes instinctively. Unless the fish is actually breaching the water on the surface, which oftentimes they do, particularly carp and gar, which are the main bowfish species. And by the way, both of these are very edible and good if properly prepared. So the key to learning how to bowfish is shoot fish. There's no really other way to do it, but it's an interesting and exciting sport. The best I ever did bowfishing was in the Truman Reservoir below the dam there, and the carp were running at the surface, and I shot with 300-pound fish in 2 hours.
You shot 300 pounds of fish.
Gave every one of those fish away, and so far as in 2 hours, and gave every one of them away, except one I ate myself. And these fish are fine eating, by the way.
Well, see, that leads into another
topic. I have recipes for them in my...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That leads into you also have writing and books on cooking game, right?
Right, and all of my outdoor books, I have a chapter, all the rear quarter of the book or so is filled with recipes. And my bow fishing book, I have recipes for things like carp salad. A good carp, he's shot and he's kept cool in a cooler, just like you would any other fish you were going to eat. He's scaled and baked, and what you don't eat of the baked fish, you take it off the bones and you make the equivalent of a tuna fish salad out of it. And it's better than any tuna fish salad you ever had. It's not greasy, and it doesn't have the tinny taste that you get from canned tuna.
Amazing. Now, any ways to tenderize deer steaks?
Well, yeah, deer is a very lean meat by its nature. So if you just take it and try to cook it like you would a sirloin steak or a ribeye that has all this interstitial fat, it'll toughen up on you and it'll get hard as a shingle. So you need to cook it with moisture. And so you take your deer steak and you just brown it on the grill, just sear it. And then you put it in a pan with water, onions, and peppers and whatever else you care. I put green peppers on mine and onions on it, and lots of mushrooms, and just sit it there and let it simmer. And then it comes out as tender as you would like to have.
Wow.
Just keep it at a low heat. Just let it sit there and cook. But if you try to cook it fast, it'll go hard. But cook it slow and with patience, and you'll come up with a very nice piece of meat that you can eat even if you don't have teeth. You just took it.
I'm going to try that tomorrow. I'm going to thaw
Patience
some out
and
tonight.
moisture is your way to get tender deer meat.
There you go. All right, so let's get back to the job stuff. Now, what is your favorite of all? Do you have such a thing of the things you've done?
Well, the favorite of all is what I'm doing now. It's always been that way, I guess. And this has included making my own knives, which I have done.
Oh,
But now I'm doing a novel, screenplay, and movie project. So this is started off with a project called Father of the Grooms, and it is now morphed into a book, which is Until Death Do You Part, which will be out shortly as an audiobook, and then perhaps in another month as a softcover book. And this is a novel that takes place in California, Louisiana, and Sicily. And I conceived of this from the chance meeting of a Louisiana family of Sicilian origin who went back to Sicily and found, unknown to them, that they were deeply related to the mafia. And in my fictional treatment, I give that family two sons, a gay hairdresser uncle and a daughter, and they tour around Sicily. However, the kick is that when the two guys arrive on Monday, they are informed that they will be married to two women they have never even heard of on Friday, or none will leave the island alive.
Oh, boy. Wow.
And they're also being pursued by a rival mob from Naples, the FBI, and the Italian Anti-Mafia Association, and in cahoots with an Irish priest thrown in the mix. So we have quite a cast of characters, and they get in some good, interesting, entertaining, and visually striking messes.
Is it, is it considered a comedy?
It would be considered a dark comedy.
Dark comedy, right, yeah. Wow. Well, again, when you're not going to work every day, you can think up stuff like this. So you've got how many books out?
More than 20, depending on how you count them.
More than 20, right? And you've been writing for Outdoors magazines for a long, long time. Did you ever pursue endorsements or sponsorships from any of the equipment people or stores?
No, I never did.
I would think you'd be perfect for that.
Well, the fact is that as a writer who gives impartial reviews of what he tests, that's a step too far.
Yeah.
If I promote, say, one maker's guns, then I have to say those are the guns of the best in the world. And they may or may not be. But if I give equal treatment to all, I don't get the endorsements, I don't get the income from the companies themselves, but I give my readers a more believable and usable product that's fairly based. I don't give an opinion because somebody pays me to, in other words.
Now, you got a busy YouTube channel. How long have you had that?
That channel has been up for a little more than 7 years now.
Yeah, you got almost 9,000 subscribers, and I watched a bunch of the videos. It's just the information is great. What kind of equipment do you use to record?
Just a simple Sony camera, a little handheld camera, and I also have a separate Sony microphone.
Yeah, like a
I
wireless?
used that when I was still doing I still do that when I'm doing a lot of reporting. I used to go to the SHOT Show every year and report from that, but I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, you're such a man of my own heart. I'll tell you, just do stuff you really love and make money at it. It's screwing the commute, that's for sure. So how do they get a hold of you? How do they see all this stuff that you have?
Well, the best place to start is with my homepage, www.hoveysmith.com. And that's HOVEYSMITH.
HOVEYSMITH.com. And
Exactly right.
What will they find there?
Well, they'll find my main page, which will, if they scroll down through it, will tell them about my books, about my novel. I got a very good Kirkus review on the business book, by the way. They called it a worthy book for beginning entrepreneurs, which is indeed high praise from them.
Mm-hmm.
They are very rigorous about their reviews. And on one poor author, they told her to burn her books.
Okay, what else will they see there?
So my website is, we have pictures of all my books. We have a review page where you can see reviews of my past works. We have an action page where you can connect with some of my videos. And, it's just a pathway to just about everything I have in progress.
I saw somewhere you had an 8-part ebook series, or is that a series or just 8 different ebooks?
Well, I do have an 8-part ebook series on muzzleloading guns.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
And the reason I did this, and I did this as a series on muzzleloading, because muzzleloading is such a small part of the general outdoor market that it just didn't warrant publishing these books in soft covers.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people like you, by the way,
Right.
really needed the information. And this was putting it out there in the most inexpensive and available source.
Right. Yeah, no, I love ebooks. Yeah, because you can get them instantly, and from the writer's point of view, you don't have the shipping and all the other stuff. So on your books, did you prefer if they bought them from your website or Amazon or what?
Oh, actually from Amazon, so I don't have to worry about shipping.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Wow. So, I'll tell you what I'm taking out of this. I'm going to be eating nice tender deer meat tomorrow after I thaw out the steaks. So thanks.
Yeah, if you just slap it on the grill, you're not doing right.
Yep, there you go. And grab a copy of that latest book, folks. Make Your Own Job. Like I said, it's absolutely perfect for this show, because I want you making your own bed, not having to make somebody else rich all the time. So thanks so much for coming on, Hovey.
Well, thanks very much for having me.
You're welcome. So check out hoveysmith.com, HOVEYSMITH.com. We'll have that in the show notes. And then also take a look at that, helping us out on that program for the disabled. All right, everybody, we'll catch y'all in the next episode. See you later.